Welcome to the studio. Today is, wow, well, the desk is a disaster and we're going to clean that up. That's going to be a big part of what we do today. And we're going to talk a little bit about the business part of art, I think. We're going to talk about the series and the hang up I'm having. And maybe you guys have some suggestions. That would be great. And I'm just really happy you're here. It is snowed. I'll drop some footage in. It is snowed for, we got about 8 inches. We can't drive in and out. Our driveway's on a really steep hill. It's a 1/4 mile. It's really steep. And then there's a steep part up. So we should be able to get out by Sunday, but we've been here since Thursday of last week. And so a lot of prep. We got to make sure that we have enough food and, have everything we need because we can't get in and out. And then we were really lucky because there was power, and that is a big deal. There's a big difference of being in the snow trapped without power or with power, and we've had power, which is great. But our house is cold, which is why I have this neck warmer on that my daughter knitted. It's over 185 years old cottage, and it is not insulated. And so you hear the heater. I have to have it on. It's just too cold. It's just too cold. So hello from the Ozarks, and I'm so glad you're here. All right. So what is all of this? This is my microphone case. Put that away. This is the notes that I made for the 3 different creative projects that I have, or side businesses. My art, I'm a speaker. I speak nationwide. And then, of course, YouTube. And then I'm working on a book. So there's a little thing here. And so I watched this incredible video on keeping a scientific notebook, and I'm going to do a video on it, but I had this out because I'm going to create this just about my art biz, and it'll have all my notes and the whole experiment really that I'm doing. And so that's what this is. It's called Experiment Logging, a Brain Dump. You do a visual processing system, and then resource logging, and you put it all in one place. Now, normally I keep everything for my business things in here. This is part of my mastermind group, and I just keep it in here. But I think that it might be nice to have these individual notebooks, and I have a whole box of these. I have 60 of them, and so they can kind of be a chronological, record of my art biz. Anyway, so that's what this is. And as I get going on it, I'm going to do it, like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on this. This is the comic book paper that I use to create comics for my grandson. So, and I just did one, and I'll drop a little video here of what I did. And so I need to put that away. This is some, I did a video on this of what to move your business each month. And what I realized for me is because I have 3 different things I work on, I actually need 3 of these. So I need to print out some more. So I'm going to put that on the work desk. So I have 2 desks. I have my studio desk, and then I have my computer work desk. Pens. Oh, if anyone ever asked, my favorite pens are these Uniball 207s. I really like the micro, but these are not that, but they're my favorite. All right, what else do I have here? My tape. My ultimate goal would be to move a bunch of stuff to my shelves, and I'm just not sure how to do that. Let's talk about it. All right, so I have on my desk a shelf, like a little shelf that has all my brushes, which is helpful, but it means I can't use the full expanse of my desk, which I'm finding really frustrating. And so I'm thinking I want to move them to, let's see if you can see that, those shelves. So where those books are is where I think my brushes should go. that's a bigger project and not one that we're going to work on today, but it is something I'm probably going to do this weekend because I just want to try it. Anyway, you know, because if I had more workspace, I could maybe work bigger and not so tight. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. Let's go back to cleaning the desk off. All right. I found more Creative Color, these giant Mega Color pencils that I didn't realize I had. So putting those away in here. That was great. Then I found this. Do you have tabs like this? Do you have this where it's just like all the things? And so I need to go through and decide what I'm keeping and what I'm not keeping. There's just so much random stuff in here. So that is a project. That's a project. And when I do my shelves, I think that's what will happen here, is that this will be cleaned off. So I'm going to set this aside. Then I found these. These are when I speak, I give these cards out. I speak about design thinking, which is something you do in urban planning or placemaking. Actually, you can do it in product design. You can do it in anything. And so these are all like the prompts for that. And so these are cards. And then I usually put one on each seat. So that was good to find. But of course, now I need a place for them. And then there was this pile. Okay, so some blank cards, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and put them in that one container. And then some paintings that it looks like this one made it to the finish line, but this did not. And I have all these wood substrates to work on. And so that was great. These are all just bottom layers. Oh, here's one that made it to the finish line. This one made it to the finish line. This is older work of mine. Yeah, I love it. So fun. These are 6x6. I'll be listing them in my new shop. I put 2 of these up already. So this is fun. I have 4 more I'll be able to put up. Oh, and they work really cool with something that my husband makes. So I'll show you that in a bit. Let's finish this pile. Oh, then we have like little ones. Oh gosh. Oh, never store acrylic paint touching acrylic paint. Oh, it's fine though. Oh, look, it's like a little bird. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's really old. That's fun. Chaos layer. Chaos layer, chaos layer. Oh, more chaos, chaos, chaos. Oh, these are from a friend of mine. These are from my friend Chad. Aren't they beautiful? He does great design work and cards that he made. I'm going to put these in my to be mailed. That's fun. Oh, I did a paint by number. Well, I didn't. With a group, it was sort of like, let's relax, and realized, oh, I hate paint by number. So I have this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Yeah, that's a conundrum. So I have only 2 of these frames, I think. My husband makes these for me. They're custom wood floating frames. His studio is called Sticks and Stones, Eureka. And I'll show you. I'll pop one of these in here so you can see. Isn't that cool? Yeah, these are gorgeous. Yeah, I'll be listing the 2 frames in my shop too. So you can pick up a frame if you want them. That's fun. That's really fun. So that was a good thing to find. That's a good thing to find. To be listed, to be listed, to be worked on. I do like painting on wood. I don't do it as often as I could. All right, the desk is looking better. Oh, let me show you this. So this is my new sketchbook, which is already getting really nice and dirty. Isn't that great? I refilled my palette. As you all know, now I'm working on a palette that my paint goes in there. And I refilled it one morning, and it's a messy process. It's very messy. But so with the extra, like on the paintbrush I was using, I put it in here, and I think that's so fun. I think that's really great. So I will not do anything with this. This is just going to be how it is, but I do like it. I like it a lot. So that's pretty clean. That doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad. So let's talk about the series. So I am working on Anne Livingston's Art Challenge series, which is an online global art show that will be happening in April, which I'm super excited about. And the idea started from, she did a video where she said, let's make a series for under $100. All in, I have spent $10, which is amazing. You know, sometimes people think doing art is really expensive. So this is it's a fun challenge. This is fun. I have decided to do bears, and I worked on them last Sunday with you, and I have not touched them. And I think it's because I was working on them. They're a little bit more realistic or teddy bear-like, rather than graphic. And so I've been really struggling. And so let me show you. So you know I do these very small paintings for the vending machine at Mojo's Records in my community, and I love this project because it's just a challenge to do something so small, and it's really fun. And so I can't get out of my head that I really want to do maybe something less realistic and something more graphic. So I think I'm going to get that, you know, that feeling out that I'm having and do it here on these. So let's do a little bit of this so I can get it out of my system. So as a creative person who manages a lot of creative projects, this is something that happens where you are in the middle of a creative project and then you get another idea, and then you cannot let that idea go. And in the past, I've tried to push through, right? Just push through with the original idea instead of the new idea. And it's frustrating, honestly. It doesn't feel good. And so I know better after, you know, I've been a creative for over 30 years working in the creative field. And I know better than to do that. So let me see, I'm gonna set these to the side and pull them up as we go. I know that what is better for me is to just do the idea that is driving me nuts and that I feel compelled to do. Just do it, because then I will have worked it out. And if I'm not into it, that's okay. Then I will, you know, move on. But if I push through with the original idea and I'm not particularly happy with it, that just becomes frustrating. I think I'm gonna do a mix of these, by the way. I'm gonna do 2 like this and then 3 like that. So a little bit of variation, I guess. I like my more realistic bears, but I also really love not realistic bears. And so I just have to go with this. Do you have this where you're in the middle of a project and then you're like, oh, but wait, maybe I could do this instead? And how do you deal with that? Do you give in to your creative urge, or do you push through? Those are very simple shapes, and then we'll paint them in. There's no right answer to this. You know what I mean? Like, whatever is fine. Sometimes maybe pushing through is the right thing to do. I just knew I couldn't this time. Let me flip you around and I can talk about some of the updates and things I've been doing. These can dry and then we'll do the faces on them. So I want to thank you. I've gotten so many nice comments from last week's video where I talked about always feeling rushed. And there were a lot of people that also felt that feeling, or they feel like they're behind. And I think that's a similar feeling, actually, is that just feeling like it's really hard and you're being pushed and pulled as opposed to like plotting your own way, I guess. And so that was really, really kind. I'm just learning to identify the feeling. And so when I'm feeling like that, when I'm feeling rushed, I am trying to literally tell myself to slow down. Just slow down and do one thing, just one thing at a time. And that's been helpful. That's been really helpful. And just to acknowledge the feeling inside, just being aware. I think it's really important to have some, self-awareness, and then, not reacting, and just what is the antidote to rushing? It's slowing down. And so that's, yes, but thank you. It was really nice. This week I have really gone full on loading work into my online shop, and thank you to everyone who's purchased something. It is just an honor to have you be interested and to want my work in your home, and I just thank you. And so my shop is a mix of both graphic design work that I do, so product design, and original paintings and prints of paintings on like note cards or soon to be postcards. And it's really fun. And then the other piece of it is I'm also putting my husband's work in there. So from his wood studio, I'm putting in little pieces that, that he has done and handcrafted, all from Ozark wood that is found here in the Ozarks. And it's really beautiful. He's a master craftsman. And so that's really fun too. It's sort of like a joint project. And yeah, and so it has been good to do that, to actually, put it out there. I I don't know, maybe a month ago to be part of a showcase at an art printer that we have in the region. And in addition, they wanted to know if you would host an event and what kind of event. And I got the email right away that they were incredibly interested in the events that I was proposing. I think I could teach how to do pattern design, painted pattern design, so you can do a repeat painting, a repeat pattern, which is fun. It's a graphic design skill that can be transferred to, painting or drawing, and I think that's kind of a fun thing. And then also to do a workshop on basically the business of art. I run an art incubator for emerging artists who want to scale up their business. And so I, could facilitate a conversation about that. So that was great. And then yesterday I got the email saying that I wasn't accepted into the art showcase part. And although I was disappointed, what I realized was when I submitted my images, I need them all just online. I needed a gallery, right? I needed a spot that you could go see them. And that is also what my shop is. I have a category, a collection that is just original work. And so people will be able to look at that and look at all the original work that I have. And I think that's really important because you want to showcase your work professionally. And I think that will do that. And so I'm excited about it. If you want to look at my shop, if you go to my channel page, there's a tab, shop. And if you click on any product, it'll take you to the full thing. So you can click on a mug and it'll take you to my paintings. It'll take you to the full thing. It does take you out of YouTube and into a browser, but still, just if you want to see. And I am going to do a video all on my process for putting work up, writing descriptions, photographing, the digital work that I do behind it, and why I chose the online shop system or software that I did. I will do a separate video for that because I think it's really specialized, and I think that you would want that instead of, mashed into one of these videos. So that is coming. So I was disappointed, but also every time I've had a disappointment, what I've noticed is every time I've had a disappointment or didn't get accepted, it's done two things. One, it's helped me reframe my art experience. Like, okay, so this happened a month ago, and I realized that I didn't feel like my resume, my art resume or my CV was good enough. And so I've done a lot of work and I redid that. I'll drop a picture here so you can see just the highlights. And it captures, 30 years of work. And I'm a multidisciplinary artist with art administration experience. And I think it showcases that pretty well. So I'm excited about that. And then, so the disappointment spurred me to do something better. And then this disappointment, what I realized was it was right. I needed an online presence. I needed better photography. I needed to spend more time doing that. And so, I'm just doing that now. And I'm, that's the thing. You can have a rejection and it can crush you, or it can spur you to look at your practice or look at your process and do something different. And I've just chosen to do something different. The other thing it's done, I will say this, it has made me realize that I keep asking to be accepted. And there are so many people, there's only so much room. It isn't that my work isn't good enough. It isn't that I'm not talented enough. It's not any of that. It's that there's so many people and there's not space for everybody. And so instead of waiting to be accepted, I need to make my own opportunities. And that's the other reason why I'm doing the shop, is that I really feel like that's where artists need to go. They need to make their own collaborations. They need to make their own shows happen. They need to do their own online stuff. And I think that waiting for someone else to say that you're accepted or that you're good enough is a losing game. It's really a losing game. It doesn't mean I won't continue to put myself out there. I will. It's fun to be part of group shows. It's really fun to be part of other experiences or cohorts or work with other people. And so I will continue to apply, but on the other side, I will also just be doing my own thing. And I really encourage you to do that too. All right, let's paint some more bears. These have to dry, so I can't actually go forward, which is frustrating. They have to dry. When I'm done with them, I will post a post on the post part of my channel so you can see what they all look like. But these all have to dry for me to be able to move forward. And yeah, we'll just wait for that. We'll just wait for that. Yeah, I'm excited about the projects I'm working on. This felt really good, by the way, and so I don't know, my actual bears might change in this direction. We'll see. When I finish these, we'll see where we are next week. I would like to be further along, but I'm fine. I have all of March to do it, and my March is not nearly as busy as my February was or is. And so, yeah, whatever you're getting up to, I hope that you are making marks. And remember, you are never wasting paint. And we're not behind. And we don't need to rush. Yeah. Thanks for being here.